But speaking of a lot, like you said earlier, somebody's been spending a lot. Kasim Reed on that credit card.
Child.
I know you read up on that.
Scandalous.
Kim, if you can
Look,
enlighten them on that, because my boy has been balling lately. So
I just moved here, so I don't have nothing to do with that.
it's sad though, just to be real, because if you study Atlanta politics and stuff like throughout history, African American studies class, like we talk about this all the time. Atlanta politicians, especially our own people, we have been extremely corrupt for so long.
Really?
Yeah, and it's sad seeing, and I don't even want to put this on him just yet because you're not guilty until you're proven just to be so. But I hope that he's not guilty.
Let me tell you something
we'll
though. Before
we'll
people
see.
judge Kasim Reed and what he's done,
Yeah.
if he's done it, allegedly
exactly.
done.
Allegedly, because I don't want to put that
I
on
just
him.
want you to remember all the crime, all the other politicians that were involved in crimes, all the mob ties
That's
that
facts.
some of these
real mob ties. Yeah.
for real.
Yeah. Especially
And when
in New
I
York.
hello, because I'm from New Jersey.
Oh yeah, of course.
And I grew up with all that.
Yeah.
So I seen this all before.
Mhm.
And it was never the African American candidate,
Mhm.
because back then there weren't too many.
Very true.
But when you think about it, it's not a race thing. So
Yeah.
don't make it into a race thing about Kasim Reed, okay?
Right.
Well,
Thing too, every time, like I know y'all been seeing the league
Mhm.
around, but it's like black people, we gotta be squeaky clean. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Exactly.
You
couldn't find nothing.
Exactly.
A suit.
Exactly.
Hey, what's up with that one?
Brown suit on, and they said that was the only thing that put.
Come on.
It was.
Yeah.
So, but it's like, man, we gotta be perfect, or it's like with the white. I'm not saying white people, but these white politicians, they get chance after chance after chance. We see it now with Donald Trump. Like
He's had
said
every
whatever-
scandal every week.
Obama did or said half of the things, or tweeted half of the things.
He would have been
Donald
impeached,
Trump
bro.
I couldn't
Would've been
wait
impeached.
until Obama left office so we could get the tea, and he has not
Nothing.
even spilled the tea.
Nothing.
And so he's just an upstanding dude.
But
Yeah,
the thing
he
about
really
it,
is.
The thing I like about Donald Trump coming after Barack Obama is that it makes
Right.
it that much better. Like,
Yeah.
it makes it
Exactly.
look great. Like,
Yep.
Okay.
And you couldn't even find anything on him,
Right.
which makes it amazing.
Right.
And
you got the white people that hate black people. They miss Obama. Like, yeah, I miss Obama.
that's how
Right.
it is. No
Because-
sex scandals, nothing.
You know Kellyanne Conway, Donald Trump's spokesperson. You've seen her all over the news. She's blonde hair lady, and she's always defending him on all the news.
Huckabee as well.
Okay, Kellyanne Conway's grandfather is Jimmy the Brute Natale.
Oh wow.
And that's like an infamous mob person from back in the day. And
Her grandfather?
her grandfather.
Wow.
And I mean, there's a whole bunch of mob ties going on in the Trump administration. So like I said, I'm just letting y'all know because we need to make it even when we're talking about what happens with Kasim Reed before we get into the details
yeah,
because
yeah.
it sounds crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, and you know, we don't know how it came out with Stacey Abrams. She's taking money, like, and she gave it to her father or something like that.
Are you serious?
Well,
I
okay,
heard about
so
that.
the thing about Stacey Abrams is, and this is, you know, what the
Mm-hmm.
campaign, the other campaign is doing, you know, they always have the dirty political commercials. So in one of
Yeah.
the commercials, they reference the fact that she's in debt.
I've
He's
heard
in
about
debt
that.
too, and he's getting sued for, you know, for some of his dealings. But
Mm-hmm.
what she did, she had like student loans. Who doesn't?
Oh yeah.
And her father had cancer, so she had used some of her money to help with her dad's cancer treatment.
that's
So
deep.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, bruh, leave her alone. Come up with
Guys,
something else.
Being honest, besides President Obama, you're really not going to find a squeaky clean politician. It's not going to happen because when we incorporate lobbyists, advisors, all these people that are constantly just putting in money into your campaign, it takes them doing something dirty 9 times out of 10. So it's part of it.
So Kasim Reed has his whole cabinet, whoever was in his administration at the time, the mayor of Atlanta, is under a federal investigation. And this has been going on since the springtime, like maybe April, whatever. And so they would ask for this, they would ask for that. But now they're asking for all his financial records and everyone that was in his cabinet for the last 8 years. Like
That's a
basically
long
from the
time.
day he was sworn
All
in,
the way through.
they want everything.
Yeah, that's a lot to ask for.
That is a lot to ask for. And the reason why was because they think that he was misusing taxpayer money. The current mayor, Keisha Lance Bottoms, whoever was involved in his administration, has been since let go. And she's tried to turn everything around. But he's been accused of some shady things.
And I know that we spoke about this before we started recording, but let's see. There we go. So the subpoena, and you can find this on the AJC. You can type this in, check out this article.
AJC has been all over it.
Exactly. But right here in this article, it says that the subpoena follows AJC reporting in recent weeks that showed Reed had charged nearly $300,000 on his Atlanta credit card during his last 3 years in office and reimbursed taxpayers $12,000 before his credit card statements returned over to the AJC. And another one says that the AJC also reported that Reed had the city transfer $40,000 of his unclaimed salary to Partners for Prosperity in December, his own nonprofit, which the organization then sent back to the city. Costs related to a $90,000 trip to South Africa.
Yeah.
Made in April. So I don't know how you can spend $90,000 on one trip. So that's ridiculous.
Shoot, I'll spend it.
You said you'll spend it. Yeah, if it's not yours. And see, it's crazy because I think he's trying to launder this money through his nonprofit, which makes it even worse because then we talk about felonies, all this other stuff. So it's a scary situation.
I was like, okay, so another thing he did, which came under, it's funny because I was like, I wanted to be at this party. Okay, so they had a party, they had a holiday party, like right before he left is when it really got out of control, which made them start investigating it. So
like
the last holiday party for them, guess what, baby? The karaoke contest, everybody that won got $1,000.
Wow.
And guess what? The ugly sweater contest, $750.
So they're like, where's he getting all this money from?
So, I mean, I felt bad. They was lit. They was getting the bag at that Christmas party.
Man.
And I was like,
sketchy.
I was kind of mad because I was like, yo, I wanted to be at this party. I would have definitely done karaoke and got my G and walked out. Of course. But the city of Atlanta thinks that that's a bit much. They paid a total of $518,000 in bonuses before he left. But, I mean, I'm going to play devil's advocate. Well, how much does Atlanta have? Doesn't Atlanta have a whole bunch of money?
Well.
I mean, how much is that in proportion to what they had to spend?
J Black shaking his head.
A lot of money because it's just like because this city is a tourist attraction.
It is.
So it's money coming in every weekend. Like over at this stadium and their convention center, it's like every weekend or something.
That college football games.
Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Auburn just played over here. Yeah.
Conferences like business conferences.
There you go.
It's always money coming in the city.
Yeah, constantly. Because Atlanta is the only premier city in the South, really. Because Miami, like, you don't even consider that the South at all. So Atlanta is that city.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, you got New Orleans, but when you come, like, people come to Atlanta, I feel like they come to Atlanta more than New Orleans.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. Maybe,
like,
yeah. I mean, right.
Yeah.
I mean, probably just because, Mardi Gras and their things probably total up what. Yeah, you're right. Atlanta
It's
probably
similar.
does make more.
Just because I can say leisure-wise, they probably go to New Orleans, but like it's business conferences here all.
It's here in Atlanta. Yeah, because when we talk about headquarters, Fortune 500 companies, it's all here. It's all here. CNN.
Coca-Cola's here.
So, but see, when you have all that, and see, that's what gets you in trouble. Because this is what happened to Kasim Reed, too, with the airport. Did you hear about what happened with the airport?
It sounds a little familiar.
The food and concession contracts was like $100 million contract. And
that's a lot of
Mayor
money.
Lance Bottoms has recently put that contract negotiation on hold because Kasim Reed was given to his associates those food contracts. So somebody's wife was on the business at Hodgen. Is it Hodgen? Yeah. Hodgej. It's hard to pronounce, but it's Hojeij. Branded Foods. They won 10 spaces, which equals $40 million. And come to find out, that food distribution company, Kasim Reed's friend, his wife was in business with them. She was like a partial owner of
like
Hodgej Foods. So much conflict of
Yeah.
interest, so much like misappropriation of money.
Yeah.
In April, Kasim Reed paid back $12,000 of the money. I guess he was like, yo, they not playing. Let me try to like give some back. But I mean, that is like a drop in the bucket. Dude gave like, let me see what it said. It said something crazy. Okay, so 63 employees at a party, this party that I wish I was at, they won raffle prizes ranging from $500 to $3,000. That's above and beyond the $1,000 karaoke contest. Like I just want you to know that.
All this money, this is crazy.
So 131 employees, bonuses. So 131 people, their bonuses equaled up $869,000. over $100,000 per person. I'm sure they didn't
Almost
give it
a
like
mil
that.
total.
That's crazy,
Yeah.
but that's good for them. Why
Yeah.
are y'all hating on them?
Be winning.
But anyway, his deputy chief of staff pleaded guilty to bribery.
So it's a wrap. If somebody else started pleaded guilty.
Yeah, she made a
it's
deal with the
over.
prosecutor. So
Yeah, it's over now.
I don't,
She already snitched. She already snitched. Yeah. I told you. Atlanta is so corrupt.
mind you, none of the people that work for him work for Keisha Lance Bottom, so don't come for her.
Yeah.
But it's a mess. He's got
Atlanta's
people that
corrupt.
are in his
His
circle that
cabinet,
are
his
already.
circle.
It's just like it's just like what's going on with Trump almost.
Man. Kasim. Speaking of black politicians as well, our boy Andrew Gillum, who just won the
Yes,
Florida primary.
congratulations.
Congrats on that Democratic
Florida.
Party. Black votes matter.
Florida.
Hey,
Don't
Screw it
fuck
up.
this up.
and you see what happens when we vote.
Florida.
But let's not forget, Florida is the same state when George Bush and Al Gore. You remember?
That's what I'm
And they had to
saying. Don't mess it
recount all the
up,
votes.
Florida.
Hey, what's
So,
the
yeah.
deadline again? The rest of the vote?
October 9th.
October, yeah, I thought it was in October. I gotta register to vote. Don't even be mad at me. I know. I gotta get right. J Black, look at that.
You didn't register to vote either?
I'm not a Georgia citizen.
Bruh. Okay, let me take this time out to
I
look
gotta get
directly
right.
into the camera and let me talk to
Preach
you.
to me, kid.
People that just moved to Georgia, get your shit straight, please. Register your vehicle.
That shit too expensive.
I ain't gonna lie, cause
How much is it
It's like $300.
to register to vote?
I done heard
It's like $800. It depends.
register to
it depends
vote?
on what. No. To register your car, which
Oh,
then
I
you can
heard-
register to vote and all
Got you.
that.
Oh, so then it's like this whole
Okay.
like trickle effect from there.
I
Got
see
you.
people with New Jersey license plates that I know moved from New Jersey
A long
like
time ago.
3 to 5 years ago. Come on, son. Get your license plates, please.
$1,200. I think I
It depends on the year of your car. So if it was like
It's
the
not
last
worth
time
that.
you checked, you might be in a different category now. I don't care. You live in Georgia. Okay,
crazy.
guess what? Y'all gonna have to tell it to the judge, or y'all gonna have to get it in your mind that you live in Georgia now and you need to. Man, let me tell you.
Let's start funding. Go funding.
We can do that. Okay, let me appeal
Get
to
Jay
our
Black to vote.
audience.
That's gonna be
Please,
it.
we're
Get
gonna
Jay
start a
Black to vote.
GoFundMe page
I
to
would
get
love that.
my boy registered so he could be a Georgia resident so he could vote. Thank you. Anyway, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Because
I'm listening to you. Kim.
Florida, get it together. Get it together. Don't muck this up. They have been doing him so wrong. Talk about Andrew Gillum.
Yeah, it's crazy because the New York Times, they just posted this, and I've been reading through it right now. But pretty much, I felt like he was framed before he even ran for governor. So with all that being said, I know that you guys are probably like, what are you even talking about? So the New York Times, they published this article that dropped earlier, I think last night. But in that article, they were giving us a whole backstory that shows that Andrew Gillum's friend from college was an undercover FBI agent that came back into his life a few years prior. So recently, throughout their friendship, he tried to portray to him that he was a lobbyist, so that he was going to help out his campaign financially, any type of way that he would need. So this guy, he was provided inside access. So he was around when it came to how much money they spent, their strategies, all these different things that he was around. So he was around everything on the inside and on the outside. And also this report, it shows that his friend, he was there when he would purchase tickets to Hamilton or when he purchased tickets to the Beyonce Jay-Z concert. So now that they're asking all these questions of how to get all this money, where is this money coming from?
None of your business.
Yada, yada, yada. So again, it's the same issue with black politicians that we see this crazy force. I've never heard of undercover FBI agents being somebody's friend, being on the inside and telling people
So what?
all your inside
Because
information.
Bush's father was the president, and so was his brother.
Yeah.
And he was the governor. Did y'all look and see what he was up to all the time?
Yeah, and it's crazy because there's one paragraph right here. One lobbyist in particular drew their attention, the same guy who I just spoke about, Adam Corey, a businessman whose friendship with the mayor dated back to their college days when both served in SGA, Student Government Association. Through Mr. Corey, the out-of-town businessman would eventually get so cozy, so words like this, with local leaders that they partied with a city commissioner in Las Vegas and toured New York Harbor with the Tallahassee mayor. So they're saying that they went out on parties, on yachts, all this other stuff, expensive stuff. So, and I find it very odd that a friend from college comes back into your life and he's an undercover FBI agent. That's scary. So
Yeah.
you just found out about it.
I read about that, but the thing that really, first of all, the good news about it is one day after he won, the nomination, he raised $1 million.
Wow.
And this is what I need people to understand. If you don't live in Georgia, I get it. You don't probably care about what's going on here. You could probably care less about who Stacey Abrams is or what she's about. But guess what? When it comes down to legislation being passed and stuff like that affects the whole country, it's going to depend on which state says yes and which state says no.
And governors are huge.
Governors are huge.
Yeah.
So what you need to know is you don't have to, even if you can't vote, you non-registered voters, even if you can't vote, you people that don't live in the state that has this major thing, you can still contribute to their campaign.
Yeah.
You could just send money, 10, 5, whatever. We have to get together because that's the thing that the devil, so my grandmother says, or the evil or whatever, the thing that they have over the good is that they are all together on their one mission.
Very organized.
Yeah.
Very organized.
They're all together on their one mission.
Yeah.
To get evil, to get bad, to get whatever their agenda is done. As long as you got enough people, and I'm sure there are people all over the world that retweet or repost about these, major elections
Kim,
going on, but just send some money.
And look, that's facts because I'll tell you this. I got put on with Andrew Gillum and this whole movement through the Breakfast Club. So seeing how they brought him
and
to
you know how
a platform
influential
like
the
that.
Breakfast Club is?
It was amazing. It was amazing. So that was very influential. And then from there, like you said, I followed him on social media. I saw his politics, everything. And then I was like, wow, this dude, he's a very solid guy. So yeah, it started from there.
Last week there was something that happened to him, and this is what happens too. Those cheap racist jabs that are thrown at people that are running.
Yep.
His opponent went on an interview and said that Floridians shouldn't monkey this up by voting for him. Yeah. Is that where he was? Of course, because who else says stuff like that? And where else do they say it at?
It's crazy. We're already on the same page. Fox News, they also had this political analyst, or I don't even like using that type of language because I don't even feel like somebody's analyzing from that standpoint. But this man said, what's his name? Representative Don Sanatis, his Republican opponent. Yeah, so the same guy. He
Ron
said
DeSantis.
Yeah, there we go. So he said that this guy can't even run the city of Tallahassee. So how can we expect for him to run the whole state of Florida? So there's no way.
Well, Ron DeSantis, shut up, because guess what? He's the administrator of a racist Facebook page.
Are you serious? Mm-hmm. So what's the name of the page so everybody can go out there and check it out for themselves?
Let me see. I don't know. They didn't put it. They didn't put what the name of it was.
They didn't do it for a reason. So
right.
It's all good.
He has promotes racism and deep state conspiracy. Deep state conspiracy is what Trump. And he's one of those people that's just trying to go down the alley of the same alley that Trump is going through, riling up that group of people that believes, that a black person shouldn't be in that position. They also started robocalls. And on the robocalls, they're speaking in like this voice, like a black person, a quote unquote voice.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And the robocalls have monkey sounds in the background. They started sending those robocalls around Florida.
These people are out of control, man.
Yeah.
But that's all good because at the end of the day, light, it always outshines the darkness. So
yeah, and I think that,
it's a process. But
he's only 39 years old.
Yeah, so even if he takes this L, he'll be right back. So it's all good. It's all good.
I need everybody to contribute to his campaign.
Most definitely.
Let me see if I can find out the name of that Facebook page.
Be involved.
Be involved.
Yeah.
Like I said, you don't have to vote.
Yeah.
You can make phone calls because you can just send your money.
Or something. Contribute to the cause.